Motivation is one of the most powerful forces within the human experience. It is the invisible spark that transforms thought into action and turns ordinary people into achievers of extraordinary feats. Without motivation, talent often lies dormant, opportunities slip away, and dreams remain just that, dreams. With motivation, however, even the most daunting obstacles can be overcome, and even the smallest beginnings can grow into something remarkable. At its essence, motivation is not just about the energy to act. It is about aligning action with meaning, desire, and purpose. It is the inner force that whispers, "Keep going," when the world says, "Give up." Motivation can be found in many forms. Some people are driven by external rewards like money, recognition, or status. This type of extrinsic motivation can be powerful in the short term, but it often fades once the reward is achieved. Others are fueled by intrinsic motivation, the deep inner satisfaction that comes from doing something meaningful. A teacher staying late to help a struggling student, an artist painting for the joy of self-expression, or an athlete training not just to win, but to test their limits, all are examples of intrinsic motivation at work. Research consistently shows that people who cultivate intrinsic motivation sustain their efforts longer and find greater fulfillment because they are motivated not just by outcomes, but by the process itself. One of the most important truths about motivation is that it is not constant. It ebbs and flows like the tide. There are days when we feel unstoppable, ready to conquer any challenge. And there are days when simply getting out of bed feels like an achievement. This is where discipline enters the picture. Motivation sparks action, but discipline sustains it. Imagine building a bridge across a wide river. Motivation provides the blueprint and the desire to start, but discipline ensures each stone is laid until the bridge is complete. The greatest athletes, writers, leaders, and innovators did not rely solely on bursts of motivation. They built habits, routines, and discipline that carried them through the inevitable days of doubt and fatigue. Discipline, in essence, is motivation's most loyal companion. Yet even discipline relies on something deeper: mindset. Our thoughts shape our actions, and our actions shape our future. A fixed mindset, which believes abilities are unchangeable, can suffocate motivation. When failure comes, and it always does, it is seen as proof of inadequacy. But a growth mindset views failure as feedback, as a stepping stone to improvement. Someone with a growth mindset does not say, "I can't do this." Instead, they ask, "How can I learn to do this?" Motivation thrives in this space because challenges are no longer threats, they are opportunities. History is filled with stories of people who kept moving forward because of a growth mindset. Thomas Edison, after thousands of failed experiments, famously remarked that he had not failed, but rather discovered 10,000 ways that won't work. His relentless motivation was possible because of his mindset. Motivation also flourishes when connected to purpose. Goals can give us direction, but purpose gives us meaning. A person who exercises simply to look good may quit when progress slows, but someone who exercises to live longer for their children will endure discomfort. Purpose roots motivation in something greater than fleeting desires. It provides a why that is strong enough to carry us through the how. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, wrote in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, that those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. His words reflect the truth that purpose can turn suffering into strength and despair into resilience. Even in ordinary life, we see countless examples of motivation driven by purpose. The parent working multiple jobs to provide for their family, the student studying tirelessly to break cycles of poverty, the nurse working long hours to save lives. All of them may feel exhausted, but their purpose fuels them. They may not be recognized in history books, but they embody the quiet, powerful truth of motivation. Another often overlooked aspect of motivation is its contagious nature. Just as negativity can spread quickly, so can passion and drive. A leader's energy can inspire a team. A teacher's encouragement can ignite a student's curiosity, and a friend's determination can push another to try harder. This is why surrounding yourself with motivated, purposeful people is vital. If you walk with those who constantly complain, give up easily, and settle for mediocrity, you will likely absorb their habits. But if you surround yourself with dreamers, builders, and fighters, your own motivation will grow. Energy, whether positive or negative, is contagious, and choosing the right environment can either drain or fuel your drive. Science also gives us insights into how motivation can be cultivated. For example, psychologists often emphasize the power of small wins. Accomplishing even minor goals releases dopamine in the brain, the feel-good chemical associated with reward and progress. This creates a feedback loop. Progress fuels motivation, and motivation fuels more progress. Breaking large goals into smaller, achievable steps allows momentum to build. A runner does not begin by completing a marathon. They start by running a single mile. Each success builds confidence, and confidence strengthens motivation. Another scientifically proven method to increase motivation is visualization. Athletes often use this technique, mentally rehearsing their performance before competing. The brain, remarkably, cannot always distinguish between vividly imagined practice and real experience. Visualization primes the mind for action and boosts confidence. Similarly, journaling can strengthen motivation by clarifying goals, tracking progress, and reflecting on setbacks. Writing down intentions makes them tangible and reminds us of the reasons behind our actions. Gratitude also plays a powerful role. At first glance, it may seem unrelated, but gratitude shifts perspective from what we lack to what we already have. This creates a sense of abundance, fueling motivation to build upon existing blessings. A person who is grateful for their health is more likely to take care of it. A person grateful for opportunities is more likely to pursue them with energy. Gratitude nurtures motivation by anchoring it in positivity rather than scarcity. Resilience, too, is deeply tied to motivation. Life inevitably brings hardship, failure, and pain. Motivation does not eliminate these challenges, but it gives us the courage to face them. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks, and motivation fuels resilience. Each time we fall and rise again, motivation deepens. It shifts from being about comfort to being about growth. Over time, resilience and motivation create an unbreakable partnership. The resilient person is motivated not just by success, but by the sheer refusal to quit. Still, the biggest secret about motivation is this: it is created by action, not the other way around. Many people wait to feel motivated before they begin. They think, I'll start exercising when I feel motivated, or I'll begin my project when the timing feels right. But waiting is a trap. Motivation is not something you wait for, it's something you generate. Action sparks motivation. A runner feels more motivated after the first mile than before. A writer feels more motivated after the first sentence than staring at a blank page. Movement creates momentum, and momentum sustains motivation. The first step is always the hardest, but once taken, the journey becomes lighter. In the end, motivation is about hope. It is the belief that tomorrow can be better than today, that effort matters, and that change is possible. It transforms despair into determination and dreams into reality. It does not always arrive in loud bursts of passion. Sometimes it comes as a quiet whisper encouraging you to try again. And that whisper, no matter how soft, is powerful enough to change a life. Motivation is the difference between living passively and living fully, between existing and truly thriving. So when you feel tired, when the path feels heavy, when progress feels slow, remember this: motivation is already within you. You do not need to search for it elsewhere, need to awaken it. Connect with your purpose, start small, build momentum, embrace challenges, practice gratitude, and surround yourself with those who lift you higher. Motivation may not always roar, but as long as you keep moving forward, step by step, it will grow stronger each day. And when it does, you will realize that the power to shape your life was always in your hands. Keep believing. Keep striving. Keep rising. Motivation is not just the force that drives you forward. It is the essence of what makes life worth the journey.